Hey there, Brittany here. Welcome back to Mama's Kitchen. I figured I would do a little farm tour today. So starting out here at the front of the property, I'm going to turn you around, and from here on out I will not be showing this mug. Alright, thanks for joining me today. Let's see if I can turn this thing around. Hold on. Okay, starting here at the front of the property. Oh, chickens are going out for a little midnight stroll, apparently. Stay in here, you stupid chicken. Anyways, this is the front. Viv's come out for a visit. We've got perimeter fencing with a gated driveway to keep babies in, cows in, and neighbors' dogs out, pretty much. So we've got a couple of beautiful willow trees. We absolutely love it. We love our view and everything out here. The wood posts you see, that's our perimeter fencing, goes all the way around the whole property. We have about 2.5 acres here, which is, honestly, it's already not enough, but you know, it is what it is. It'll do for now. So it goes clear over here. We love having a nice big yard to mow. And Viv, stop. Viv's playing with the gate, sorry. We do love to have a nice big yard to mow. I wish a little bit more of it were pasture. I wish, you know, a lot of this over here were pasture, but Doug loves having a big yard, and so do the kids, so it's great. We have this beautiful tree here with a swing on it, lawnmower and stuff like that, the barn, our vehicles, a couple of beautiful maple trees we have here, which I did tap in the spring or late winter and got some sap out of those and turned that into syrup. And this is the house. Sorry for the bumpy thing. I need to get a selfie stick for my phone. Makes things a lot smoother, that's for sure. I've definitely noticed difference in people's videos. This is the porch. These are my mums. So I'm frugal, cheap, frugal, whatever you want to call it. And so instead of paying top dollar for brand new expensive mums, I bought the discount mums, 2 for $5. You can see this one did look better until a few minutes ago. My chickens just eat them to death, just destroy them. So that's lovely. Thanks, chickens. I have a couple that are doing okay. That big white one we bought from a kid's fundraiser. My green one back here, that is one I actually did pay 12 bucks for. That was the full price one. And it's got one on the back starting to pop open, and it looks like it's going to be the really dark, like purplish, which couldn't make me any happier because that's honestly the color I wanted, and I had no clue because they're just green. When I bought it, like, I couldn't see any of this. You know, obviously I would have been like, oh, that's purple. But they're all like this. So I was like just guessing. And I'm so excited to see that it's like the dark purple because I really love it. Pumpkins. I did get the big pumpkins. Those are not ours. The little white ones are grown here. Anyhow, that's the porch. Love that. We've got our perennials over here. Small perennial garden. Needs mulched, but I didn't do it this year. I'll probably do it this fall. This is a rose bush. It's kind of like a climbing rose bush. And I need to get it on a much, much better trellis. We've got peonies. All kinds of things. Let me check Viv. One sec. Alright, Daddy's come to take care of Viv. I do have this one little bloom that just popped up out of nowhere. Anyways, these are the perennials. We've got lots of different things here. I think that's like catnip, catmint, lavender. Lavender, I love having lavender. I love to just come out and touch it. Oh, smell it. It smells so good. These look so pretty inside with fall colors. Just some cool perennial. This is a butterfly bush, I believe is what it's called. It was purple. Very pretty. I let my purple coneflower go to seed, all of it, because I want it to reseed a lot. I want to multiply a lot. So I let it go to seed. I've been shaking them around. This is a really cool grass. It's a type of grass. This really cool little thing here turns bright red. Like those. The whole thing will be that color soon. And I just love it. I think it's so cool. So pretty. Got a lilac bush, huge one. Apple tree. We got a couple red apples this year, but we dramatically need to prune this tree. Very bad. Another lilac. Pool that we insisted on having, and it was just a giant, huge pain in the butt, but kids absolutely loved every second of it. So, I mean, all in all, it was worth it. We got it used. Very cheap, so did not waste a bunch of money, that's for sure. Hammock under these two awesome trees, and this is like a family favorite spot, a friend favorite spot. Everyone loves it. Clothesline, of course. Gotta have a clothesline. Barn. Barn. Garden. Overlooking the property. Not a whole lot going on in the barn. Chickens. I'm walking toward the feed bucket. Therefore, they come a-running. We have a wood shed here on the front of the barn, which I think is just great because we do have a wood burning stove to help heat our home. So we keep plenty of wood on hand. Next to the wood shed is our chicken coop entrance. As you see, our wood chicken coop entrance, chicken feed. This is like a compost pile the previous owner had, and this is just where we throw. These are beans, all the beans that we had out here, but this is where we throw our compost for the chickens. Anything that goes to the chickens is where it gets tossed. Most stuff goes to the pig, but some stuff I just say, oh, just toss it to the chickens. This is my horribly overgrown, complete disaster. This is our chicken that got saved. She came with our meat chickens as a Cornish cross, is what I thought she was supposed to be, but she was not. She is not a meat chicken. She's very small. And I already butchered the meat chickens weeks ago, and she's still not even half the size, well, about half the size of some of those when I butchered them. So I don't know what she is, but she was in with the mix. This is our greenhouse, which is, I put weed fabric down, and let me tell you, it basically did absolutely nothing for the weeds, because there are holes, because you put holes in it when you put the staples in. We got holes in it because I had to put some T-posts in because it was kind of bowing out. So it's such a large structure. And I mean, it's just completely overgrown. It's really an embarrassment. I'm not even going to show you, to be honest. These are some type of fruit bushes, but they're thorny. But this year they had absolutely 0 flowers, not a single one, not one. But they were covered in Japanese beetles. I tried so hard to keep them off, but no flowers, so I don't know what they are. Whatever this thing is over here. I have to use my plant ID app and look it up. Everything's curling. We're in a drought. We've had almost no water, no rain for a while now, so we're hurting. My poor tomatoes are so sad. We had down to 32, 33 degrees or so last night or the night before. I can't recall. And so most of these died out. A couple of them are still holding on for dear life, but I have 100 to 200, somewhere around there, green tomatoes out here. And I'm just so sad that these aren't doing great. This is like half of this one's okay. The bottom is like dead and the top looks great. Bottom is dead. Top looks great. But it's just covered. I mean, there's probably 30, easily 30 tomatoes on that one plant. So either I have to just pick them all green, just use them green. I can make like salsa verde or something with green tomatoes maybe. I don't even know. I don't know. This is our pasture. I just love this view. I'm down in the low spot. Honestly, I just felt an almost one step you take and it's an instant temperature drop. I mean, it has to be at least 5 degrees, if not maybe 10-degree temperature drop, just in one step. It's so crazy. There's just one little spot here. You get down into this little like valley on our property, and you know, if you look up, everything's kind of uphill. Not a lot, but just enough. If you get down here, the temperature just drops. It's pretty crazy. This fence around the garden is completely temporary. These posts are not tamped in. They're just stuck in these holes because I want to be able to take it down, move it, possibly. I want to be able to let the chickens in. I thought about letting the pig in. You know, we'll see. Oh, my peppers. They're so sad. They must have just got cold enough last night. Gotta come out and get all those off real quick before they die. Here's the cows. Dude is the little black one. I say little, but he's probably 350, 400 pounds or so. 350 pounds or so. Yeah, easily 350 to 400 pounds. He is our beef steer. He will be our food. We're raising him for meat. He is mostly grass-fed. So it'll take a little longer to grow him out because grass-fed does take a little longer. A lot longer probably, to be honest. Mama, our freeloading cow. I thought she was bred pregnant. When I first got her in January, I would milk her, and I felt a ton of movement on her right side, which is this side actually. Her right side, and I could have swore, I would have bet good money that she was pregnant. Enough money that I dried her off, which means like stopped milking her and let her get dry, and have not been getting any milk out of her at all since March. And so she's basically just been freeloading, and I've been hoping that she'd have a baby, a calf, and she has not, which means that I made a horrible rookie mistake and dried her off without 100% knowing for sure that she was bred. And turns out, I don't think she's not. She can't be. She would have had to have had it by now. There's no way. The absolute latest she could have conceptually been bred was January, which would make her due this month. But by now, she would be twice as wide as she is now. And her udder would be bagging up. There would be signs by now, because she'd be due any day. And she's not. She looks huge. I know you guys are looking at that little bit of sunken spot. Dairy cows are funny. They show a lot of rib cage. They show a lot of dents and valleys. They are not beef cows. They are not big, fat beef cows by any means. They're very different. But I saw tons of movement on this side. Swore it was a calf in there. Turns out, apparently, it was just the rumen. Those rumens. It's so crazy how much movement you can see. I mean, it literally looks like a baby in there just doing somersaults. That's what it looks like. And it's just grass. It's so crazy. I've actually had to Google videos just to convince myself that it is not a baby. It is just grass, because it's sad. I'm so sad. It sucks. It's horrible. It cost us money and everything now, because we've had to go back to buying milk, butter, cream, you know, all the things that she would provide. And this really sucks. This is stinky Bacon here. Hi, Bacon. He's a little fatty. Not fat enough yet, though. I'm thinking he's probably about 150, 175. Probably about 175 pounds or so, and he needs to be about 250 minimum for butcher weight. Fatso. Yeah, he's getting there. He's just tearing this place up. Those were on the walls. He just tears them, plays around, just playing. Aren't ya? Chunks. He, I don't know. It's been castrated, so there's no sack. That's probably a girl. That might be a girl. I call it a he, but I think it's a girl, actually. Anyways, she's getting there. A couple more weeks and she'll be sausage and bacon, our first that we grew here on our farm. First pork. We got our chicken, then we'll have pork. Pretty excited. Alright, and then we had, this is Dude's stall. These are actually our cow stalls for winter. Pigs for spring, summer, and fall. Cow for winter. So we had some volunteer tomato plants grow in Dude's stall, which is pretty funny. And they're actually our tomatoes, which I thought was hilarious. I thought for sure the chickens would have devoured these or never even let them get to be tomatoes, because the chickens will eat the flowers before they ever even get to a tomato. But no, there's about 50 tomatoes in here, which is so funny. Viv. What, Viv? Pig. Yep, the piggy's ready to eat. This is it. Little trees. Turning color and more garden. Got some tomatoes, more tomatoes that need picked. I got one big plant over here that looks like it made it through. Big tomato plant. It's huge. It's got little aromas. They're pretty small, but there's tons. Tons and tons of them. Chicken outside the fence over there. She follows everybody else out and then can't figure out how to get back in. Stinking chickens. So annoying. All of our corn this year got some kind of this fungus. I don't want to say some kind of fungus. I know what the fungus is called. I just can't think of it right now. But it's this stuff. It's like gray. Apparently it's a delicacy in this, like a Spanish culture, I believe. But it's a fungus and not like a even somewhat appetizing looking fungus. It's completely disgusting looking. Kind of looks like mushrooms, but worse. And I'm not a fan of mushrooms either, so. Pine tree is where I get my pine cones to decorate for winter. I'm super excited about the seasons changing and all the things. Oh, I got some little baby pumpkins. Those are probably squash, actually. Some type of a little squash or something. I don't know. I just planted a bunch of seeds. Just wanted to get a bunch of stuff planted over here by the corn. Squashes and pumpkins and watermelons and things of the like. Got some honeydew. These didn't get very big. They got a slow start, so we've just been feeding them to the pig. Pig much appreciates it. Absolutely appreciates it. Okay, made it back around. That's that. This is the yard, girls' toys and whatnot, and the house and barn. It's nothing real fancy. Nothing real fancy at all. Stay right here, man. Hold on, I'll be right back. Just stay right here for a second. The barn, got our deep freezer with all of our, finger. With all of our bulk meat, fat, chickens, all the things. Push that bad boy. Plucker. Pig feed. These are our chicken coops. Those are the nesting boxes. They kind of hang on the outside, which is really cool. They were here when we bought the place. Pig feed. Half a bucket left, and then he switches to his finisher. So that's like a couple days. We need to get him switched over. I'm quite sure he's 150 pounds at least, so. Alright, this is it. Another chip drop mulch. Oh, I got a chip drop mulch pile. Ameren, or the power company, has a website. You can sign up. If they're trimming trees in your area in the foreseeable future, they will call you and say, hey, we're going to be out trimming trees in your area in the next couple of weeks. Would you like some wood chips? And you say, absolutely. And they say, okay, tell us where to drop them off, and we'll drop them off. And okay, and then you just wait. And then in a couple weeks, they show up one day and knock on your door and say, we're here to drop off your wood chips. And you say, oh, well, I still haven't decided where I want to put them. So let's see. This looks like a good spot. No, I had an idea. I just wasn't 100% sure, but this is where we ended up. So it's totally fine. This is close to the greenhouse, close to the chicken coop. We've used it all around different places. Anyhow, oh, there's a kitty. Neighbor's kitty. Where'd she go? Oh, where'd she go? Up there walking around. Oh, right there. A huntress on the prowl. They come over in our yard, which we totally don't mind because they're good mousers. We actually appreciate it, to be honest. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you coming along for the tour. This is our beautiful view. This is it. This is one of our favorite little trees to sit under. Got a swing out here for the kiddos. We need a new one of these swings if anybody has one. These strings, that's where I hung and butchered our chickens, by the way. If anybody has one of these, they're very expensive. And I mean, honestly, it'd be a good investment, I'm sure. We just don't have it right now to spend on something like a swing. But I found this one for $10 on Marketplace. And I mean, we've got our $10 worth out of it, but it was ripped to shreds when we got it. And now it's way worse. But we could definitely use another one. So if anybody has one on hand, just let me know. Alright guys, well I appreciate you coming along on this little tour of the homestead video today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it wasn't too much of a Blair Witch jumbly mess. I am working on a selfie stick, I promise. Alright guys, have a great one. Hope you enjoyed. Come back again.